Morning, y'all. How y'all doing? Today is Monday, Monday morning, August 30th. I am in Huntsville, Alabama. Got a load here. On Mondays, I come here. I drop in down in Birmingham, and then I come up to Huntsville, and then from here I go back home to Atlanta. It's about a 4-hour drive from here. Once it gets me unloaded, they're getting ready to unload me now. But I wanted to talk to you guys about we're gonna talk about a little bit of expediting today. My thoughts on sleeping. A couple people have been asking me questions on my messaging me on Facebook Messenger. Gotten a couple emails as well about a couple people thinking about getting into the industry, and my thoughts on, some people are saying driving at night or driving overnight, what companies allow it and so forth. And I got a lot of people asking me about, when should they, how to sleep, because they're not on a, one guy said that he's a truck driver, and he ran a logbook, and he take 10 hours off, but now he's thinking about, he bought a van, and he's thinking about what company to sign on with, and what's the best sleep preparation, and so I just wanted to make a video to let everyone know that part of expediting, man, first and foremost, expediting is over the road. Okay, you could be on the road for 2 weeks at a time, 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. You never know. It's a life change. Trust me, it is a life change. And if you're not willing to change your life for this type of industry, then I would stay doing what you're doing, because it's definitely a life change. You got to change everything in your life. And with the sleeping habits, expediting, driving over the road is part of it. Driving over the road is part of it. And overnight. Overnight is part of expediting. I hated that part of it. That's one part that I didn't like about expediting, where there's times that I had to be somewhere at a certain time, and that's why it's called an expedited shipment, that it wants you to get it there as soon as possible. And so that's one thing I struggle with sleeping at night, but that's part of the industry, man. Now I can tell you that you don't have to take loads if you don't want to take loads, but you're not going to make no money out there if you're constantly turning down loads. But for me, if I ran all night long, I would at least, you can check with the dispatch when they give you the run, can you add a couple hours so I can get a couple hours sleep? Sometimes they can, and sometimes they can't. Now, if you say you got to deliver in the afternoon, and say you delivered at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, go somewhere and get you some sleep, because they can hit you 4, 5, 6 o'clock with an all-night run, and even at times, sorry, somebody's calling me, but even at times, that little nap didn't help me at times, and so, but you got to make sure you get the rest you need. If you drive all night long, deliver first thing in the morning, go get you some sleep. Don't be like me at times. I try to go to sleep, but daylight hits, you know, I'm driving all night and I'm struggling to stay awake, and once daylight hits, I'm good. You know, sometimes I've driven all night long, and as soon as I drop, I take another load. And it's just, you got to make sure you get your sleep. You know, like I would take another load, as long as I'd take another short load. Like I wouldn't drive all night long and then take a load that's gonna drive another all nighter. I wouldn't do that. But if you say you drove all night and you deliver first thing in the morning, say 8, 9, 10 o'clock, I'd stay up, I'd make me some breakfast, and then I'd get me a nap. You know, come 2 o'clock, you don't get nothing, because in the expediting world, a lot of the loads don't come till after 10 o'clock, till in between 10 and 2. If you don't get nothing in between 10 and 2, take yourself a nap from 2 o'clock, maybe 1:30, 2 o'clock till about 4 or 5, because in between 5 and maybe say 9 p.m., that's when the other time frame is for expediting. From say anywhere from 3:30 till 8, 9 o'clock at night. That's the time frame of expediting from my experience, you know. And so I'm just saying, like, sleeping, you know, if you can't drive at night, then expediting is not, the over the road expediting is not gonna work for you. Me, I mean, I struggled through the night, but I mean, a lot of times, you know, I would have weeks where I didn't have an overnight run. Sorry, they're just started unloading me, that's why I'm shaking. But a lot of times I didn't have overnight runs. Sometimes I had overnight runs all week long, 3, 4 nights in a row, you know. But when you overnight, you gotta go get your sleep. I mean, because don't be like me, and sometimes I didn't go right to sleep, and as soon as I go to lay down for a nap at noon, 1 o'clock, they call you with a load, you know. And in this industry, man, you got to take what you can get, because you never know. You could be sitting somewhere for 2, 3, 4 days, you know. So you got to take what you can get, man. But you want to sorry, I'm letting the air out of my tank, so it'll lower for the forklift driver to get on. But yeah, man, you gotta make sure you get your sleep. So that's my rant. You know, I hope I answered any questions. If you have any specific questions you need to answer, go ahead and message me, email me, however you want to do. Comment on here. If you have not liked or subscribed to my channel and you like my content, go ahead and hit that like button, man. It's okay. Hit the dislike button. It's okay too if you don't agree with what I'm saying. But it's very important that you get some sleep, man. Very important you get sleep in this industry. And so yeah, man, just subscribe to my channel if you haven't, man. Hit that bell at the bottom there, because when you hit that bell and click the top of it, and make sure that bell is on, so you'll get the updates, you'll get the notifications when I upload these videos. Until next video, man, God bless y'all, and y'all be safe out there.